Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 32 of Blake Feast. We saw him have problems earlier. He'll get a lap back thanks to Aaron's.
That puts Blake back on the lead lap. Good break for him.
You can see they made repairs to that right front fender where he had contact on the front straightaway.
27 on the lead lap, 2 by 2 as they come out of turn number 4. Boyer, Newman, 1 and 2. Green flag back in the air.
And Boyer has somebody new here to race with on this restart. Ryan Newman.
But with the same attitude, I suspect.
Look at Ryan, gets a good run through the center of the corner. Oh, look at Josh Wise is sideways.
Again, and keeps it going the right direction. Josh Richards in the 15 sideways, but the damage is to the trucks behind him, and it looks like the 23 of Jason White might have got involved in that as well.
Ooh, Ryan Newman got loose down there. He had to back off the throttle to keep from running into Clint Boyer.
Here comes Crafton. Crafton to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Clint Boyer.
I'm sure Crafton's been sitting back there third and fourth and watching the attitude of those guys racing for the lead. They're holding.
Oh, look at Boyer sideways again.
And how about Kligerman with the run on the outside? He's battling for second. He'll take it away from Crafton.
I love it. These truck racers are coming after these Cup boys.
This time it was Crafton on the bottom of the racetrack. Clint Boyer was pushing him down. It looked like he was trying to keep him at the bottom of the track. You mentioned it. Boyer got sideways. Here comes Parker Kligerman. Now Kyle Busch to the inside of that 29 of Kligerman.
It's a battle for the third spot. Ryan Newman right there behind him. There's Todd Bodine. We haven't talked a whole lot about Todd up on the high side in that 5 truck. A good solid run for Todd Bodine here on this 1.5 miles.
And also Austin Dillon right there with Todd Bodine. We haven't mentioned much about Austin, but those trucks are running 6th and 7th respectively.
Their teammate Joey Coulter was right there as well. So Clint Boyer out in front.
See Jason White making his way to pit road. Got some damage when Josh Richards got sideways off 2 over there. The racing was so good we couldn't focus on that crash because we had a 3-wide battle for the lead down at turn 3.
Yeah, near crash. Take another look.
Yeah, let's take a look at this now. This was no caution, believe it or not. Josh Richards again with an incredible save. Unfortunately, Justin Lofton really paid the price. He got the majority of the damage. Watch this. Right side of your screen. You see him on the outside of the 4 truck. That's the 15. Colin Brown, the 51, comes down a little bit, makes contact with the right front corner. He gets into the 33.
It's Hornaday. Watch Justin Lofton winds up getting into the outside wall along with Jason White.
Yeah.
Miguel Paludo pushed Jason White up into the wall.
Looks like maybe.
Watch Josh here, though. Watch his save right here. He is completely sideways once again. Ron Hornaday actually straightens him out a little bit.
You know, Ron Hornaday a year ago was involved with a little incident with Kyle Busch at the very beginning of the race. Ended up cutting a tire down and into the wall he went. Well, that incident looked as though Josh Richards may have got into his right rear tire, so they're going to have to be cautious with that.
Look at Todd Bodine to the bottom of the racetrack. He can smell that lead up there. Both Crafton and Kligerman made a run on Ryan Newman. Kyle Busch cleared him as well, so Ryan's fading back here, Phil.
Yeah, well, Ryan just got back by Matt Crafton to take over that 4th spot.
Take a look at these numbers. This season, the 30 team and the 5 team. He's been in both. Started the season in the 30, moved to the 5.
Look at the average finish, though. 16.5 while he was in the 30 and 9th in the 5. And remember, this is our defending champion team right here and driver. Just had a lot of bad luck this year.
Matt Crafton is running up there battling for the lead. Now Crafton's dropped back into the 6th spot. He is competing with Todd Bodine for that, trying to hold off the 3 of Austin Dillon.
You can see there the 22 of Joey Coulter. Where's he at? Inside the top 10, where he's been 9 out of the last 11 races. A rookie just proven he's gotten this deal figured out.
We watched Joey for a couple years in the ARCA Racing Series. He got to victory lane. He jumped in this truck, started out a little bit slow, learning the ropes, and man, as he put it on, as you mentioned, Michael, just started piling up top 10 finishes.
Field spreading out around this 1.5 mile racetrack now as Clint Boyer does what he did to the field earlier today. It's a huge gap between he and second, 1.4 seconds separating Boyer and Busch.
Look at the company Brendan Gaughan's got. He's running in the 9th spot. There goes Ricky Carmichael under him trying to take that spot away. That's 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Hornaday trying to fight his way back to the front.
James Busher, we're used to seeing him run up in the top 10. Right now, just outside of the top 10, running 12th. He is our point leader as they run on the racetrack right now. He needs a few more positions. He needs a little bit more cushion.
Look at the momentum on the left. Todd Bodine gets coming off turn 2 on the high side. Is going to drive down on the inside of Crafton. He was strong on the high side in 1 and 2. Can he make the bottom work in 3 and 4?
He is. Ooh, look at Crafton get loose and get sideways and loses 2 spots. Maybe 3 if Coulter's able to get by. He's not close enough to get by.
Put Todd Bodine into the top 5. Mr. Mile and a Half himself.
Working his way back up to the front on the right side of the screen. Moments ago we saw Ron Hornaday with that same kind of a run as he went to the bottom of the racetrack, taking away the position from Brendan Gaughan once again, moving up into the 10th position. But Clint Boyer now with a 1.4 second lead over Busch, Ray.
And you know, Rick, whenever we were in the middle of 2009 and the beginning of 2010, every time that Kevin Harvick Incorporated brought out a brand new truck, it went to victory lane. We talked about it over and over. 11 times this team has won with a brand new chassis, but it hasn't happened in the last 9 consecutive brand new chassis for KHI, and they felt like maybe they've lost their magic a little bit. Well, guess what? Today is chassis 61. It's brand new for Boyer, and he said this thing is on a rail. He can go to the bottom. He can roll it up through the center. He told Bruce Cook, no more adjustments. We'll probably need tires, but leave it just like it is.
You know, guys, I talked to Bruce Cook down in the garage area. This was actually the brand new truck that they built to go to Michigan. And remember, Kevin ran so well at Pocono, he decided to take that same truck. Bruce said that Kevin wanted to bring that same truck again here, and Bruce said, hey, we've got a brand new truck. Let us run that thing. And man, is that thing good.
They didn't even practice the second chance they had this morning. They liked that truck so much, and so they were very confident about what they had in that number 2 truck.
38 laps of racing remaining. Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Newman, Todd Bodine. They're your top 5. Dillon takes the 5th spot away from Bodine, drops him back to 6. Crafton, Coulter, Carmichael, Hornaday. They're your top 10 here at Atlanta. 37 laps to go. Sunday NASCAR race day heats up hot Atlanta. Martin Truex Jr. and Bristol winner Brad Keselowski join us live. And we'll tell you if this weekend is a must-win for Smoke. NASCAR race day built by the Home Depot from Atlanta. Sunday, 4:30 Eastern, live on Speed. Clint Boyer out in front. He has a 3.1 second lead now over Kyle Busch. Ray.
Well, Rick, the numbers I'm hearing down here as far as how long they can go if this stays under green is somewhere between lap 115 and 117 for Clint Boyer. So they obviously are concerned a little bit about this race staying green. They last pitted on lap 60, and of course we have gotten some caution laps there, but I don't think they're getting quite the mileage that many of these teams expected. A lot of guys saying 48 laps is about all they can do. So I expect Boyer back down pit road here in the next 10 or 12 laps.
Guys, we've had 13 caution laps since lap 60, the last time these guys were on pit road. And if you do the old 2-for-1 theory, that would put them theoretically pitting on lap 73. That would leave 57 laps to the end of this race. Like Ray's talking, you should see Clint Boyer get sideways a little bit on the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Marks already on pit road. That would be an awful stretch here, I think, an awful long stretch to make these things.
I don't think they can make it either. And the guy we're talking about with a little over 3 second lead, Clint Boyer, that's how he's driving. He's pushing that thing for all it's worth. He's not worried about trying to stretch gas, I don't think. I believe he's trying to get as big a lead as he can get on all these guys, maybe that already pitted. Hopefully he can make that pit stop and get back out ahead of them. But that ain't happening. Hornaday's already up to the 9th spot, and we know he can make it on gas.
He pitted 15 laps after them.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 75. Perfect.
Well, guys, y'all just called it. I went and checked with crew chief Jeff Hensley on the 33 truck of Ron Hornaday, and he said, yes, they pitted on lap 75, and they can go the distance. They're good to lap 133, according to Jeff Hensley. We've talked about what a fast truck he's got, but right now, they've got him in a little bit of a conservation mode, and they know they can go the rest of the way. If this thing goes green, Hornaday may be in the catbird seat.
Well, I love saying conservation mode, Phil. You could see him right on the bottom of the track. That truck pointed in the right direction. He doesn't have anything to gain by pushing that truck. He's got a big enough lead over guys that have already pitted that, and when those other cats come to pit road, he'll have them too. So Ron Hornaday's in great shape if the caution flag doesn't come out.
Yeah, right now he has a 5-second cushion over the next truck that pitted on lap number 78, and that's Blake Feast. As you mentioned, Michael, nobody running in front of him can get to pit road and get back out in front of Ron Hornaday. If this race goes green the rest of the way and everybody in front of him has to pit, Ron Hornaday will win this race.
Just in front of Hornaday is this battle, Bodine and Carmichael.
That's a couple big ifs.
Spot.
Yeah, big if.
Ricky Carmichael, after winning his first career pole in the Camping World Truck Series, looked as though he was biding his time, and now is starting to charge toward the front. He's taken 7th away from Bodine.
He's made a lot of nice passes here in the last 10 or 15 laps.
I love this race Ricky Carmichael's running. We watched him get a little bit anxious on the start there, tried to cut Boyer off, and it almost cost him his truck. And since then, he's just been calmly and methodically racing this race. That pass right there has got him up to the 7th spot. So great job by Ricky Carmichael, and he's fast. 6th spot is right up there, Parker Kligerman, and he's gaining on him.
Yeah, Matt Crafton not that far in front of Parker Kligerman. So Ricky Carmichael, it may be, he's had better finishes than where he's running right now, but this may be his strongest race we've seen him run.
Speaking of strong, Clint Boyer, a 5.3 second lead over Kyle Busch and the field. Newman, Dillon, and Crafton, your top 5.
I'd like to see him.
Coming up next, Speed Center with Adam Alexander, CenturyLink.com, your link to what's next. What could be next if we don't have a caution
Pit stops.
is pit stops. That's what Clint Boyer has to worry about.
I think there's a lot of them right now worried about it. About 16 trucks in our top 20 right now are worried about it. All of them pitting last on lap number 60.
You think Clint Boyer likes the bottom of the racetrack? He's not even staying on it all the way. Down under that yellow line. We talked about all the different grooves. Look
Here comes Kyle.
The top 8 pitted on lap 60. Kyle Busch has decided now is the time for his truck to make its way onto pit road for his service.
And I think what we're going to see is the 2 truck will be in the next lap, Hermie.
Yeah, Eric Phillips bringing Kyle Busch in for his final pit stop of the night. 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Kyle is still too loose to use as much throttle as he needs to try to run down and pass Clint Boyer. They need to nail this stop, get him back on the racetrack, and try to take advantage of these new tires.
And as you mentioned, here comes Clint Boyer in the 2. He makes his way onto pit road, gives up the lead, and now it'll be Austin Dillon who will move up front.
Ryan Newman's going to follow him, and you can't give up any time on those new tires for Kyle Busch, can you, Ray?
Oh, absolutely not, Phil. They could have gone 3 more laps, but soon as they saw the 18 come to pit road, Bruce Cook said, come on, next time down. Ryan Newman was in that same situation. They could have gone to lap 117. They're going to put 4 tires on Boyer's truck here. Looks like he's been using the brakes a bit there. A good bit of smoke coming out. Boyer will be the first to get away. Newman's going to go with 4 tires here on his Realtree Chevrolet. They get those done pretty quickly, and a little bit of a wedge adjustment in the left rear as they go back to the racetrack. 31 is in also. We see the James Busher truck. They came down, did they get 4 tires or 2, guys?
Look like 4 tires for that 31 truck. Here's Matt Crafton. He's getting right side tires. Will they go around to the left too? What are you thinking, Hermie?
Well, these guys are a little bit free. They're doing the same thing. They're trying to come in, 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, air pressure adjustment, and they pumped up the tires a little bit for this last run, right?
Front pit stall, you see Ricky Carmichael. They go to work on the right side. Just a little bit of extra time there in the right front. Looked like maybe a lug nut may have hung up there a bit. Remember, they did lose some spots in the pits tonight. The Monster Energy Chevrolet will get 4 tires here, and they'll send Carmichael back. On the right side of your screen, you saw the number 3 of Austin Dillon coming in. Dillon has been saying he likes the way his truck goes on the bottom, but if he gets to the high side of the racetrack, it just will not turn off of the corners. They make air pressure adjustments on the right side. Todd Bodine also in. You see that red, white, and blue truck of Bodine? He has been just a little bit snug. They're going to go with 4 tires and air pressure adjustment on the right side to try to free up Bodine as he gets off the corner.
How about this is the guy that's loving all these pit stops. as you see Tom Bodine leaving pit road, that 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Everything is cycled through. Ron Hornaday, who stopped on lap 75, and you guys both mentioned it, if this stays green, Hornaday, who was in conservation mode, could make it all the way and steal this one.
Yeah, last time by, Ron Hornaday was a 2 3/4 slower than the truck of Ryan Newman. The guys that have pit are that much faster, but this is a classic example of the tortoise and the hare. I got me a little gas, I'm going to creep.